Are you concerned about how economic instability may affect your financial security? I think a lot of us are. Do you want to make sure you're ready to face any challenges ahead?
Well, this morning we have Shiraz Ahmed, Senior Financial Advisor and founder of Sartorial Wealth, joining us to share expert advice on navigating market volatility to help ensure your financial future. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Good to see you again. Okay, this is your phone. You are busy. You are very busy with what's going on. Tariffs. Man, we've got instability. We've got arguments cross-border. How is that affecting RRSPs and TFSAs?
So it's a good question. And look, as a cross-border advisor, this is something that we're well adept to handle. But generally speaking, volatility is here. And every single time one of these politicians opens their mouths, it moves the market. And right now we've seen, unfortunately, a lot of negative moves in the last little bit. So people are understandably nervous. But I think this goes back to some of the old adages that we've always told everybody is, why did you start investing? What was your reason behind what you were doing? And is that kind of still holding true? So this is a good time. If you haven't already looked at it, start thinking about what's your asset mix. I use the analogy, everyone's trying to get that right balance in their portfolio. So think of it like hot and cold water. You want to get warm. So what's that balance? And what's the right balance for you? And everyone's is different. So I encourage everyone to start looking at, is your mix of your assets really appropriate for where you are right now?
Okay, so all about the diversification at this point. Some people are feeling anxious, nervous, as we've noted, and some people are like, do I pull my money out now? And they want to make these sudden decisions. And what should I be investing in? So what do you advise when people say that and like they just want to make something happen at this moment?
So the first thing is we all need to check our emotions, because I think right now the key is to not react emotionally to these things. In fact, it's almost like a little bit of a bait right now that they want you to act emotionally. So the best thing is take a step back, look back as to why did I start doing it, going back to your original planning, or even your objective is, am I retiring in 20 years? Is this for my kids' education? Is this a down payment for my home? Are those objectives still true today? And if they are, then that's what you should be focusing on. I encourage everyone to have a date-specific and a dollar-specific goal. So if you have those in mind, then that actually puts this all into context. So if I have 20 years, yeah, this might suck temporarily, but it's kind of a blip on the radar in the longer term. So it just allows people to really calm down a little bit. And that's why, for example, in my practice at Sartorial, we invest primarily quantitatively using a lot of math to put checks and balances even on our own emotions. So my kind of key takeaway for people is time in the market is way more important than trying to time the market.
Right.
So it's kind of a bit of a play on words, but that allows everyone that if you're unsure, this is why, number one, speak with a professional. And also, number two, think about dollar cost averaging. If you have money on the sidelines and you're not sure when to deploy it, think about methodically doing it, let's say monthly or quarterly or whatever time frame makes sense for you.
Yeah, because people, you got to look at the bigger picture is what you're saying, right? Like just look, don't react just emotionally in this moment. People want to say, oh, I'm going to take my money out. What do you say to those people that are like, I'm going to take my money out, I'm going to put it here, I'm going to do that?
Well, the challenge is that if you know when to take it out, you're also assuming you know when to put it back in, right? Which is the hardest part.
Yeah.
I mean, the best investors in the world, the Warren Buffetts, your algorithmic traders, none of them get that right all the time. So for your average person to be able to say that I have the hubris that I can do that, that's a hard thing to do. So we encourage everyone. That's why it's that you'll likely miss the best days of the market if you're not participating. So just kind of stay in the game.
How long to stay in the game? Let's think about those who are very close on the verge of retirement. They're watching the market volatility and going, oh boy, what do I do? Is this, my life savings are going to be gone. What do you say to them? How do they protect themselves?
Well, it's a really interesting topic, and it's something that we encourage every person that's investing is as you're getting closer to whatever your goal or your objective, let's say the retirement date is your objective, you want to start slowly backing off that risk. My general advice to people is if you have an objective of less than 1 year, if you can't replace what you lose, don't speculate, don't risk it. So, there was an old adage that we've used in the financial industry. It's by no means a hard, fast rule, but it helps people if you're ever unsure, take kind of 100 minus your age, and that's how much you should have in sort of higher risk or moderate risk investments like stocks, for example, and the balance should be in lower risk investments. So if you're 70, maybe 30% you can kind of risk to a degree. And again, it's not a hard, fast rule, but it's something for people to keep in mind. And that way you're not unsure about what to do. And if you ever are, that's why you should speak with a financial professional.
That makes sense. And we know a lot of people are worried right now, but no need to panic at this moment, right?
Yeah, not yet. I mean, they'll hopefully we never have to panic, but
that would be great.
I think generally speaking, kind of cooler heads tend to prevail.
I love it. Shiraz, thank you once again. You can go sartorialwealth.com for more information